Radical. First off, I want to say thank you. I appreciate everybody that stopped by, trying to help me with my mechanical issues on my 94 Central last week. Like I said, I'm about at my wit's end. I've spent a lot of time and a lot of money trying to figure out what this is. Even mechanics whose job it is to figure out what's going on with your car, I think, miss simple things. I missed a simple thing, and I'm actually ashamed of myself for missing this very simple thing. If your car is not starting, if it's having trouble starting, if it's shutting off, I think the shutting off was the part I didn't think about the trouble starting. Trouble starting usually spark plugs, wires, and what they're connected to. The distributor. Kev711 2001, I want to thank you personally for helping me figure out that this, if not is the full problem, is most of my problem, I do believe. It was never, I don't think, an idling issue. In fact, after I put the idle air control valve on, or rather a shop did, it seemed to do worse. It's the distributor. Has to be the distributor. I checked the inside of the distributor. Let me tell you, Kev711 2001. First I noticed I have a small oil leak. By the way, on this car, Nissans, they're known for leaking oil. I noticed that there was a thin layer of oil around the rubber gasket of the distributor. So I'm not talking caked in it, but like a thin layer, enough around the distributor to where I'm like, okay, that's not good. Oil around the corner of the distributor. Then I looked around and I noticed that there was something loose hanging down at the bottom of the distributor. As Bora would say, it hang down loose, like an old woman's vagine. Actually, what was going on was, it was broken, it cracked. Somehow, maybe just due from the age of the vehicle, I don't know if the distributor itself had never been replaced. Caps had been put on new caps, but I don't think the actual distributor had ever been replaced, and the rubber had worn over the decades and just cracked and was hanging down. So there you go right there. Distributor, oil around it. The bottom, cracked, caked around. And I took it off, I looked at the inside, and the contact points were all brown. I don't want to say super corroded, but brown to where you're like, okay, probably not getting a good connection. The thing is though, the minute I took the distributor off, the gasket loosened and it was very difficult to put it back on. So I thought to myself, wait, is that supposed to look like that? I thought, okay, maybe it was just loose, hanging down because I need to just kind of stuff it back in, but no, it was legit broken. So I thought to myself, very, very simple. I don't see how any of these mechanics missed checking the distributor cap. I don't even understand it. Also, maybe I could have a dirty throttle body. I don't think that caused a specific issue. Because, I was saying usually at night when it was cool, the car was doing better than when it was warm and hot. Okay, when it's hot, again, I'm not a mechanic here, but my guess is either when it's raining or it's humid, distributors sometimes they get moisture inside of them and you might have difficulty starting the car, or it might take a couple, starts to get it fired up. Because definitely I wasn't going crazy. I was trying to explain this to everyone I talked to. The parts places, the mechanics, I'm like, when it's humid, when it's very, very, very hot, the car doesn't want to run well. And it's not a thermostat problem. I have a new thermostat. It wasn't overheating. It's just something to do with the extreme heat, humidity, moisture. Boom. There you go right there. Also, sometimes when it was raining, it didn't want to do well. So, distributor, if that's not the full problem, that is probably the core of the problem, what's going on. Starts perfect, but then, runs poorly, idles low, then wants to shut off. So, it's very well possible. Maybe I get the new distributor put on, fixes all my issues. I'm sure it'll fix a lot. Here's the second problem. Because of high car prices, because of high prices on used cars, what's going on is mechanics are being over encumbered. They have way too much work because, in most cases, it's cheaper to fix your car you have than to go out and pay thousands more for a used car. I saw a Toyota Camry. I think it was maybe, the heck was it? It was maybe a 2004, 2005. and they was wanting over $10,000 for it. It's just a freaking old Camry. It's just as nuts. The prices are double in some cases what people would normally pay. So that's what's affecting that issue. Hey, I gotta go. Got a call coming in, but thanks again, Kev 711 2001.